I might have just found out what's holding up Stargate. This is a biggie. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So I've been telling you that over the last couple of weeks, I've been speaking to a source that I've had contact with for months. And they have given me really great information about what's going on in Amazon and in whole, what's going on at Stargate. This person's been able to give me information that I've been able to tell you guys months before it made it anywhere else. And they've been a really reliable source over the 12 months that SciTrek has existed. I've been able to give you a few little information like how Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby are doing some work for Amazon to try to figure out how this franchise would move forwards. But like I said at the time when I shared that information, we still don't have any news on who the showrunner would be. Now, my source told me at the time he is absolutely sure a showrunner must have been approached because it makes no sense for them to do any work on a new franchise unless that showrunner has been approached. Amazon have been trying to find their Alex Kurtzman, somebody that would not just create a new show, but that would oversee an entirely new franchise. And I'm being told they might have found that person. So I'm going to tell you now where I actually got this information. So again, this source is somebody I've spoken to for a very long time. They're the first person that ever came to me with information about Stargate. They used to work for MGM. They don't anymore. They now work for an agency that actually gives them access to even more information, which has been amazing. But they have not got this information firsthand. It has come from another source. So basically, my guy was talking to another guy who then gave him this information. Now, he says that this person he was talking to should know this information. So he said this person actually does work for Amazon. They work in a position that would allow them to know this information. So he actually specifically, over a beer in a bar in Hollywood, which actually isn't how all the best information comes out, told him about this information, and my guy believes him. So what it has exactly been told. Well, he's been told that a showrunner not only has been approached, but has verbally agreed to take over the reins of the new Stargate series. So why hasn't it been announced was my first question. Well, apparently this person is actually working and is contracted to another show currently and cannot agree any new contract to move forwards with Stargate until that contract is completed. It sounds to me like this is a contract with a competitor, and there'll be something in that contract to say that they can't have those official conversations, at least, with another organization until the contract comes to an end. But I'm just speculating there. But the sources basically said very clearly, this person who they have decided to be the showrunner cannot sign a new contract with Amazon until their existing contract is lapsed. So that's what's holding up Stargate, people. It's simply a contract thing. And once that contract lapses and they finish work on the project they're doing now, hopefully we might actually start getting some really solid information from Amazon. So my next question was, when is this supposed to happen? And guess what they said? Christmas. There does seem to be a little bit of a perfect storm happening here, that there's lots of little bits of information, and we always seem to be getting the same date that around Christmas or the New Year, something is going to happen. So, my next question, who? Who is this person that they've decided, and is it Brad Wright? Oh, by the way, if you do like the content, please consider hitting the join button and becoming a fully fledged Sci-Trekker. You can also go to sci-trek.com and pick marvelous merchandise. All of these little things really help the channel. Also, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and share the video wherever the hell you want. Is there any possibility it's Brad Wright? Well, it was obviously very clear that MGM wanted Brad Wright to showrun this new project. When they asked him to write a script, it was very firmly in mind that he would be the main man. It makes no sense to do any preliminary work or pre-production work until you have a showrunner. It's like opening a new company and deciding not to bother hiring a boss until, like 6 months into the work getting done. It makes no sense. So even though Hawk Ostby and Mark Fergus are doing some preliminary work, some trying to figure out how this show or this franchise would work, it would be, at least unofficially, under an existing showrunner. The showrunner, unofficially, may have already had conversations with Amazon about a direction and that sort of thing. But also, the work that Hawk Ostby and Mark Fergus are doing is just to create a show Bible. So they are looking at what happened with Stargate before and creating a book of information that then the new showrunner would have to stick to. So we get canon. And also then trying to do something with direction from Amazon about where they would like the TV show to go. So even if the showrunner comes in later, he'll have this resource. It doesn't necessarily mean he'll follow it to the letter. So I asked again, could it be Brad Wright? They said almost certainly not. As far as they know, Brad Wright has no current big contract that he is obliged to continue with. They basically said that there'd be nothing to stop Brad Wright moving forward to this now if he wanted to. So it seems less likely that it's him. So I've said, is there any clue who it is? Because, well, Amazon are notoriously secretive. They don't know who the person is. And I'm going to put my hand up here. That's annoying that we don't know who it is. But my source did speculate. He said, and the person that he spoke to has told him that he was told, so this is like third-hand knowledge, that the fans will be very, very happy about the person that's been picked. Now, that got me thinking. I'm back to a rumor I heard a very long time ago that actually Amanda Tapping was going to be the showrunner, and that this was sort of suggested by Amazon to MGM as early as summer last year. So that would kind of fit what we're talking about here. Now, even though Amanda Tapping has finished work on Fort Salem, she has apparently signed up for another TV series. She has apparently signed up to be the executive producer for another series called Synthesis Season 0. Now, I don't know exactly what the position of that might be, but if it is something that potentially her contract runs through until the winter, maybe that is the project that's holding all of this up. But according to IMDb, that's not even in pre-production yet, so it seems unlikely. So that is the one spanner in my theory. But whoever this person is that has been put forwards as the new showrunner, they're currently busy doing something else. I would love you guys to get into the comments now if you have any suggestions. People that could run a project of this scale that are currently busy filming or contracted to be working on something else at the moment. But also that somebody that, according to the source, would make the fans very happy. It's got to be a name we know, right? It's got to be somebody that's either worked on Stargate before or that, as I say, like Amanda Tapping, actually appeared on the TV show. Because hey, if they were able to get Amanda Tapping to do this, I would be a very, very happy boy. So if this rumor is true, what does it mean for Stargate? Well, it means that the first of the dominoes has been pushed over. We have potentially a showrunner. Even if that cannot be announced for a couple more months, they have the person that can run the show. They have the boss. They have the captain of the ship. Now all we need to do is actually build a ship around that captain. But hey, first things first. And it looks like we might also have people that work at Amazon in Hawk Ostby and Mark Fergus who are very good at setting up new franchises and doing this type of work, also working on the project. Again, if true, just wow. This might be the really big first step towards getting Stargate back on our screens. It's a slightly boring managerial step, but still a very, very important one. But if this rumor is true, then Brad Wright is out of the picture. He will not be the new showrunner, and he will basically not have anything to do with any new project. How do you feel about that? Get into the comments. So if you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out. Also, if you enjoy the content, please consider hitting that join button because that really supports the channel. As always, please stay safe. I'll see you next time.